Joining me now is Secretary Griswold from Denver. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is a very big day. It is Election Day. We've been telling our viewers for the past month just about that it is Election Day. It is finally here. Very, very important. There are some big things on the ballot this year here in Mesa County. There's the school board, Proposition HH and II. Those are very big things. So talk to me, what's on the line for this election? Because it is a big election.
Well, it is election day, and it's our ability to make our voices heard in issues affecting our local communities and, of course, the state. So there's local races all across the state of Colorado, and then two statewide questions for Coloradans to weigh in on. Polls are open until 7 p.m. tonight, so Coloradans can go vote in person or, of course, drop off their mail ballot all the way until 7 p.m.
Now, you did mention those times for people to go drop off their ballot. If they are, correct me if I'm wrong, if they're in line, are they allowed to stay in line until polls close, or how does that work?
That's exactly right. So as long as someone is in line by 7 p.m., they'll be able to vote and, in fact, register and then cast a ballot. In Colorado, we have same-day voter registration. To find what you need to register to vote or your nearest drop box or voting center, just head to govotecolorado.gov and you can insert your address and get all the information that you need.
Perfect. Well, next, I think something that is top of everybody's mind over the past couple of years really is no matter which side of the aisle that you fall on, I mean, we really want to talk about election security. And this is very, very important. Talk to me about election security and how secure our elections are here in Colorado.
Election security, right along with access, is paramount. And as Secretary of State, I focus on increasing access and increasing our security. Colorado is considered the safest state in which to cast a ballot. Remember, we vote on a piece of paper, they can't be hacked. Voting equipment is tested by bipartisan teams of election judges, and then we do a post-audit bipartisan audit to ensure that tabulation is correct. Now, Mesa County had a front row seat to the first public insider breach in the entire nation when the former county clerk compromised her voting equipment. We were able to go into Mesa County to make sure that the voting equipment was safe and secure and that every Republican, Democrat, and unaffiliated could have their voice heard in that election. This election, everything is going really well in Mesa County, and I expect there to be a great election.
Perfect. Election security is very, very important. Now, one of the two of the top things that we have been talking about that is on top of everybody's mind, I think we run a story about it every single day here at KKCO and KJCT, is Proposition HH and II. What have you been hearing about that? The feedback, whether people are for it or against it. I mean, today's the day where we find out if people agree or disagree. What have you been hearing about that?
Well, just like you, I'll find out the results hopefully this evening. As of 11 a.m. today, 1.1 million Coloradans had cast a ballot statewide. That puts us at a 28% turnout, which is slightly lagging from former coordinated elections in 2019 and 2021. But in terms of how which campaign will win, whether the yeses or the nos will win, we'll have to wait and see. Of the total ballots cast as of 11 a.m., 30.7 have been cast by affiliated Republicans, 29.5 by affiliated Democrats, and 38.7 by unaffiliated voters. But again, all these numbers can change. There's a lot of time until 7 p.m. today for Coloradans to get their ballots in.
All right, and last question. I mean, I think that we can both agree voting is really a privilege here in the U.S. You mentioned, you broke down a lot of the numbers about how many people have cast their ballot here in Colorado. I mean, voting for, the things that we want is super important, and I think it's very necessary. What's your take on that? It's something that is really our democracy just in general of voting, the people voting. What's your take on that on this election day and looking forward as well?
I agree with you. It's a duty and a privilege. There have been so many people who have fought and sacrificed for our ability to have our voices heard. And in Colorado, we have extremely accessible elections. There are places in this country where people wait in lines that go around block after block for hours to have that opportunity to vote. Here in Colorado, it's easy, it's accessible, it's secure, it's fast, and it allows all the people from our towns to counties statewide to have our voices heard. So I just really encourage folks to weigh in. One of the great things about a mail ballot is you could do your research at home or sitting in your car on your phone to make an informed decision about how you want the state to look like in the coming days and months and years.
All right, well, you heard it here first. Cast your vote today. Ends at 7 o'clock today. If you're in line, you can stay in line, and you can also register to vote today. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and talk to you soon.